Welcome everyone. This will be day 3 of me learning TypeScript. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. So today I've written 2 test cases for this one and for the next lesson, and then there will be like 6 where I won't code, but I'll try to go into VS Code and just try to write and just try to I'll figure something out as we go. This video might be a little bit longer, so let's just get started. So object literal types. Okay, I know I said unions are my favorite thing, and that's true when comparing tiers to Go. But when it comes to the most useful upgrade from JavaScript to TypeScript, is adding types to objects. Object literal types allow you to describe the shape of an object. Okay, a function, logs, iron, whatever, cyan. Okay, it is of this type object, which is a name, string, power, and number, console log, and then we just print name as power level power. Okay, or more likely you'll define the object type first. Okay, like this, boom, and then capital letter, and then just do the same thing. It's so nice to get a little red squiggly line in your editor when you misspell a property name in TypeScript. JavaScript won't fail until you run it. Assignment: Support AI is adding an internal email service for communication between workers and customers. Run the code as is to see the error. Okay, so this is an error here. Fix the code by exporting a new email type in util38. It should match the shape of the process mail. Okay, we need to export a type for this, and we should match the shape of the process mail's input type. Okay, update the process mail to use the mail type as an input parameter. Okay, so we're just exporting mail. I see what we're supposed to do here. So the test for this one would be this. Okay, that'd be the test. And different mail interface locally for no it has already defined the mail for us. Okay, let me just write there. Let me just do what it was asking me to do initially. I think I'm going to pay because this is not gonna work. I'm not enjoying this at all. Export. We need to export mail, which should match this type. So okay, it's the type. I think it's the type mail is equals to. Let's go and see. Okay, we're exporting the type, which will have these things here. That's that. Then we just change this to this, and then here, instead of using this, we just come and use mail. Then return from mail, then from mail to mail.agent. There it is. So here should we just do, see, now I'm doing the test too. It would expect something like version. Like it's supposed to take something like that. I think in this see, they wrote squiggly line, no input member mail. Okay, we were supposed to do something like this here. I think I'm going to pay. This will be just fun and do all those exercises. We just go ahead and just remove it. from process mail, and then just even try to run it, man. Okay, the test seem to have passed, so let's move on. The test seem to have passed, so let's just move on to the next lesson. Yeah, we just learned that we can define and type first, and so like our object knows what it is expecting. So that's that. Extra properties. Most of the time when you pass an object to a function in TypeScript, it's okay to have more properties than those defined in the function's parameter types. Not okay to have missing properties. Okay, so you can have more, or not okay to have missing properties, so you can't have missing properties here, but you can pass in an object which has like these properties and more, but you can't pass an object that just says like maybe name. Okay, so you can't do that. However, when you pass an object literally directly to a function, TypeScript perform what's called access property checking, which means it also will not allow extra properties. For example, you do this and we make our object, okay, and we make an object with one extra copy. If we pass this, okay, we can pass this object to the function that expects spaceship. Okay, we can pass this. This is fine. Okay, it has one extra property. Oh yeah. Okay, but interestingly, it will, if we pass the same object literal, no variable assigned, TypeScript will throw an error. I think I've heard Trash and TJ and Prime, and I think Casey talking about that this will work if you just create an object like this. This will work if like the function is expecting an object of this type. TypeScript might come here and look if this like satisfies this, and then it will agree that yeah, it is of that type. But if you do it like this, TypeScript will throw an error, because like I think TJ ended up saying, because this is one time use, why would you have an X, because like this object will not be referenced again, okay, somewhere. But this will work because like this can be used somewhere where it is necessary to have like an extra. So yeah, but interestingly, if we pass the same object literal, no variable, okay. It's also worth noting that many of these kinds of rules are configurable in the TS configuration file, which will cover later. Will mostly refer to default behavior in this course. Assignment. Support AI management asks you to be asked to be copied on all emails. Run the code decision, see the error, fix the mail type, and add the missing properties. Okay, so what would the missing property here would be cc mail.cc. Yeah, which would be an array, and then we're just joining it as a string separated by commas. Yeah. So like you would solve this is to just include an extra property, because I can't include now, and I think I had included it when I was doing when I was here. I think I had already included it, so this would have no problem. Let's run it. Test passed. Yeah, I think I had I saw that when I was like doing this, and I was like, I thought when I was like trying to write the test cases, I saw that for this problem, like we had to just add this. So like I'm gonna be wasting time, so I will just explain what I think the solution is in most instances. So that's that. Okay, so we saw like the output will give an error, and I've mentioned that TJ said it might be true, but he said he wasn't sure, that because this object cannot be referenced anyway, and the function is expecting of type spaceship, which is like only name and speed. So this will flag an error, but this will not because TypeScript will just check if the past object just satisfies this. It does, so it doesn't matter if it satisfies this. If it quacks like if Falcons quacks like spaceship, then Falcon is spaceship. We don't care about the extras. Optional object properties. For this, I did not write any test case, and we've seen so far that the test cases are useless. Optional object properties. The following is used way more often than most of us would like, but it is incredibly useful. Optional properties that can be added to an object type with the operator. So this means that this is optional. Okay. That means that the type keep is actually Boolean or undefined. Oh, okay. Just like optional function parameters. Do not go overboard with optional props. Require all fields that should be there. It will make your life easier with far fewer runtime checks that look like this. Yeah, then you would have to check if it's there, and then yeah. Okay. Assignment. After being copied on all emails and being overwhelmed, support area management doesn't want to be copied on all email, on all mail all of the time. Only some emails sometimes. Run the codices and see the error. Fix the mail type. It looks like okay. Here to check if the mail.cc is there. So here the solution would just to add the question mark here to say this is optional. Okay. Yeah, and then here it will come and check if it is there, and if it's there it will print it. If it's not, it will skip. Mail agent, even mail agent I think might be, because it's mail agent. Oh no, only mail CC would need that. Here it's just checking if it's agent, if mail agent, subject mail agent. Mail agent is equal to agent. If it's what? If it's true, then to be agent. If it's not, if it's agent, it will be agent, and if it's not to just be a string, an empty string. Okay, yeah. This, you'd make this optional here. That's how you'd solve this problem, I think. Empty object type. So I innocently create a new empty object, then go add some properties to it later. Web name lane. TypeScript does it like that. Okay, it makes sense. We never told TypeScript which properties to allow, but here's what's really crazy. This is actually allowed. Okay, this does not. It's like saying, wait, okay, yep, you can't reassign an empty. You can't reassign an empty object, but here if it's empty, you can pretend that you can reassign, but you can pretend that name is there and make it lane, and then it will be added. Yep, you can't just reassign an empty object to a string. In fact, you can't reassign it to anything except null or undefined, because everything else is technically an object. So to get back to our first example, what you probably would want to do is just to predefine the allowed fields. Yep, you would want to just do this, and then now new user is of type that, and then do that. But anyways, this was allowed without predefine the type. It says this was allowed, right? Property name does not exist of type. Yeah, this is allowed and this is not allowed because property name does not exist. But here we're acting like we are reassigning, so it will just create it in this case. Yeah, this is more like assuming that does not exist. Oh, because we're saying new user.name, and then it would flag immediately that it does not exist. Here we're just reassigning, so it will just recreate it. Will create it. Yes, programming for you. Okay. That's really interesting. Why? Because they're like, but what would be the key here? Because the value would be linear. What would be the key? What would the key be? This is actually allowed. What would the key be? Maybe let's just try. Okay, let's just create an empty object. And let's do object. Should I increase? And then do object dot name is equals to hashtag. Okay, it does not exist, but if we do this is okay. Okay, but what would the okay, let's just print console log the object and see what the key would be. Console log the object, the entire thing, and just see what there. What? Okay, so the object here just contains hashtag. Okay. Alright. Yeah, but if you predefine the thing like this, okay, this should actually be allowed. Let's just go ahead and just try. You learn by trying, guys. If we type user and say it will have like a name of a string, and then this is of type user, then this would not be allowed, but this would now be allowed. And why are we getting a squiggly? Oh, what's wrong? It's missing a type. What do they mean? Let Shrek. It's missing a type. What are they talking about, man? What are you talking about? It's just a type of string. Let's see if theirs will get me an error. Okay, even this will get me an error. It's missing in type, but required in the type user. Oh, so when you do this, we're saying that it will have like an object. But first of all, you probably want to do, it will flag when we run, it will not run when we run. What are they talking about? What is this guy teaching us, man? Okay, dude, they all don't work. Okay, except for this one. But when you print this object, which you just get lane back. Okay. I wish I was paid so I could try to attempt. Okay, discriminated unions. A union of two primitive types like string, number. It's really simple. It is a string or a number. The same is true of object types, but it can be tricky to know which type you're dealing with. That's where the discriminant properties or tags come in handy. It's just a property that helps you, that tells you which types you're dealing with, and makes it easy to use conditional logic to handle each type. What is special about it is that it can only be one value. Unions of objects in a discriminant to properties are called discriminated unions or tagged unions. Oh, I think I've heard of tagged unions somewhere. Okay, type multi-choice lesson, choose of type. Discriminant property. Okay, then kind can only be multiple choice, right? So if you, okay, I see where this is going. Coding lesson, then the discriminant properties. The symmetry on tells you which type you're dealing with. Makes it easier to use conditional logic to handle each type. What is special about it can only be one. It can only be one variable. Unions of object with discriminant are called discriminated unions or tagged unions. Okay, let's see. And then would have lesson, which is the type of this or this. Okay. And this will be type of lesson, which stands for play. Switch. Lesson with kind if it is equal to multi-choice return. Student answer if you got the correct answer. Then if it's the case, okay, I see. So the object you pass here for kind, it can either have coding or multiple choice. If it is an object with multiple choice, you can have question, student answer, correct answer. If it is an object with kind as coding, then it can have student code and solution code. Okay, this is a tagged union, right? Unions of object with a discriminant property are called discriminated unions or tagged unions. Okay, like I say, array unions when you need to account for another few shape, because TypeScript can ensure you handle all possible cases. If we make these changes, true false lesson, kind true false, question student answer, whatever. Then multiple choice, coding lesson, true false. Okay. Now we can include TypeScript will throw an error function like ending return statement, and return type does not include undefined, which remind us to add the third case. Okay, do you have to use kind as a tag? Not technically. You should use kind, yes. Follow the convention. Okay, I see. This is just okay to see which type. Kind just describes which type of object it is. Yeah, as we can see here, if it is a type multiple choice, then we know it is these things. If it is a kind of object with coding. Okay, I see. Don't touch below this line. Okay. Assignment. Support AI is expanding to support for address formatting. The internal address of staff should use a person's first and last name, while the external address should have the username and domain of the email. Okay. Run the code assist and the error. Create the missing type. Okay. Create the meeting types. Okay, so you create internal. I think I've ADHD. I can't even read. Like my mind is just, I don't know what it is. It's just you find the expected properties in the body of the format addresses function. Okay, so here what you would do is that you would create a type this and use kind as, let's see, takes in address, it's an array. It's an array. Okay, then we'll be describing the type of array of the array. Okay, let's format it. Okay, const address of addresses. If kind is internal, okay, it's an array of objects. If address, okay, it's an array of objects, I guess. You know what? I can just yoink. Just yoink, right? And go try it out. Banish rag. Okay. Create the missing tags. Discriminated until you find the expected properties in the body. Okay. Yeah. You find the expected properties in the body. So for internal, it will be a type internal addresses, which will have this. Okay, it's a type of array. Should I do it like it's an array of objects? Is it an object? Let me just do this first. And then it is a kind. The kind is internal. And then it is like first name. Okay. This is the first name. So it should be a string. And it has a last name, which will be a string. Man, I'm sure right. Yo. And then external addresses be the kind as. Hope you can see, guys. The kind as external string. And then this will have username. Username is a string, of course. And it will have domain. I get the string, of course. And yeah. Yo, the parser expected to match the, okay, we'll see. Okay, yeah, the function is not closed. Okay. Formatted slides. Okay, so to pass this, are we passing in an array? Yeah, we're passing an array of objects. Let's just go do this. Okay, passing an array of objects. So can we just console.log and format addresses and then pass in the array of objects. Okay, then do this. And then to make it look decent, put that there. Yeah, this is our. Okay, I'm gonna try to run. See? Yeah, it works. Okay. Yeah, I think this just taking it and going there. Okay, I found a new way to make this work. We just copy the code there, just play around it until it prints something reasonable. We just copy the code, go fix the code on VS Code. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, so address here is known as a tagged union, right? Yeah. Or a discriminated unions. Nobody uses this word, of course. Obviously, I've heard of tagged unions. Maybe it's from Prime because I'm always watching Prime. I think it's live even now. Every day, Prime. There. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to like watch somebody's stream. No, I can react to him. So yeah, I can watch his stream. So it's live, whatever. So, but I'm learning to code. I can't just watch him code. I need to learn too. So I'm gonna be continuing with my objects Okay, we fixed that, it worked. Sets, yo, we're coming to a new chapter. Did I finish object? Oh, it's still objects, sets, maps. Okay, I know sets. I'm taking a course called mathematical analysis, and now we are just doing a chapter on sets. We are doing a chapter on sets. I was learning about subsets, empty sets, whatever. So I'm hoping it's similar. Sets can't have duplicates. Yeah, what it means to be like improper and proper subset, yeah, all those things. It's just chapter 1. It's gonna get harder. We're gonna be proving if 2 is a prime number, whatever. It's a proof class. So sets, TypeScript is a built-in type. TypeScript is a built-in type for sets, which are collections of unique values. You can ensure that all the values in the set are of the same type by specifying the type parameter t. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. That means you get a bunch of methods that you can just use. You can just use add, pop, whatever, or remove, whatever it is. Okay, a set that contains only strings. Okay, a set that contains only string, and then we can add these things. If we try to add a number to get an error, of course. An array can be converted into a set which automatically removes duplicate. Oh, it is the same sets we're doing. As I've said, a set can't have duplicates, and the order doesn't matter, like how they are arranged. A set with 3 2 1 and a set with 1 2 3, they are equal, and yeah, they are improper subsets of each other. Yeah. Then a set automatically removes duplicates. Okay, it will automatically remove plastic man, and then yeah. Okay, sets also have a few other interesting methods. Okay, this delete. I said pop. Its delete has to check if it is it contains something for each. Is for looping the size of the set. Okay, if we do this and then pass in an array in the set, it was done beautifully. Just pass in like that. You will just pass in an array and then get the size. It will be 3 because okay, yeah, black canary and blue beetle atom. Okay, to be 3 the size. Delete will be delete blue beetle. Does it contain blue beetle? No. Justice league dot for each member, and then we print out each member. Assignment: complete the find number of unique elements functions. What? Complete the find number unique element function. It takes an array of strings and returns the number of unique elements released in the array. Use a set. Okay. Let me just add these functions into the object to like know that we're working with object. Then how should I name the functions? Just name it I'll just name it the name of the level there, and then let's just create sets.ts, then copy that code. Okay, so what we want to do is that we want to create a new set from an array. Do we say equals to? Yeah, equals to new, and then set. Okay, though using const. Should we use const too? I guess we can use any. Then we use 0 capital. It's of strings, right? Yeah, it's of strings. Then let's do this. Pass in what's the name of the format addresses. Yeah, formatted addresses, and then I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna return the if it's like empty, we're gonna return 0, but here we will return new set dot size. The size is a method or a okay, and then if yeah, even this will return 0, man, if like the set is empty to be 0, so we don't need to do that. So here we just have to go console log format now find any other visit labels, and then we're gonna have to pass in an array of objects. Oh no, we just have to pass in an array here. What are you talking about? Just need to pass in an array. There's our array. And let's make it bigger so you guys to see. Yeah, this would work to print 3. Yeah. Okay, done sets. That's that. Maps. TypeScript obviously has a built-in for maps, which are collections of key value pairs. You can specify the type of the keys and values using the because maps have a key value as on just values. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I can't wait to build projects with TypeScript. How many are we left? I think there was 15 chapters, so we'll be left with 10 today. Maybe I should just do 2 chapters, but that will be too long, so I'll do just 1 chapter. Okay, so this is how you create a map. Can you convert? No, you can't convert an array. Yeah, but if you use the keys as the indexes, then you can convert an array to a map. Okay, then set. Oh, you use the map with string key. Then we use set to add things into our map. Then we'll set this to true. Nope, we get an error. And then this, we get an error again. Okay, a map is a set-like object, and as such uses the side properties instead of the length. Okay, it's a property, not a method. Okay, the size. Okay, to find how easily to iterate over a map for const racer speed. Okay, this will be const. Then we're destructuring the first key value into race and speed, and then print that. Okay, here the most important method of map are get, delete. As get, we just get the value with using key, and then here we'll delete using the key. Get as is to check if it has the key assignment, and then we'll just copy this and then go implement it in our text editor. Let's add file sharing to support AI's internal email system. Complete the get file length function. It takes a map and a file name that represents file names and file contents. Okay, and a specific variable to get the length of string that represents file name, file contents. It returns the number of bytes in the file's contents. Use the text encoder class and its encode method to encode the file contents string into a unit array and return the length. Oh wow, what are they talking about here? See, this is the type of thing that needs a solution. Now, to be honest, I'm lost. Okay, we're taking 2 things: a file with key value, I guess the key is the name, and then go to the file name using this key and a specific file name to get the length of a map that represents. Okay, let me check here. Okay, this will be the map. File name will be shipslog details the text. Okay, key value, I guess. Okay, so for key value you just need 2D arrays. So each array is inside the big array has 2 values which is key and value. Okay, so then the expected will be 14. Why? It's 14 the length of the information of the string, this string. Okay, I think I'm gonna implement it. I think I see what they're doing. They scared me for a bit when they were talking about use encode wara. Nah, that was intentional. It was like meant to discourage us from use the text encoder class and its encode method to encode the file contents, a string, into a unit H array and return the length of the resulting array. I'll just return the length of the array, man, because I don't know what they're talking about. What you talking about? So we'll just, if dot files as file name. Okay, what do we want to do if it is file name? We want to return files get file name length. Hey, no, we've already checked. What do we need then? Get. It's possibly undefined, but we've already checked if the file has file names. TypeScript. Else we'll return 0, I guess. Let's see. I'll explore a bit about using the things they're saying we should use. But guys, I don't think it's too much. Excuse me, it's too much. Yeah, it will just be a 2-dimensional array. So basically a map is the 2D array. Yeah, it's not closed. Basically, yeah, it's expecting 2 arguments. Should have copied with it. We just need this, right? Just need a string. Yeah, we passed in the thing and then we're passing in a string now. What's wrong? Guys, what's wrong? What's missing, man? Okay, when I remove this, it will say the method is missing. Yeah, it is missing 1 argument. It expects 2 arguments. Okay, let me just go ahead and just do that. What's wrong now? Okay, string parameter type. Okay, let's just create the map and pass the map. I mean, like, why? No, I'm gonna do new map of string okay. Oh, so we can pass in a 2D array. Okay, and then here we just say our map. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we can just do no man. That file name thing that was there. Just copy it again. Yeah, just pass it there and say that. Yeah. So this is how you would do it. It's too much. I want to be able to see the code, man. We just want to see the thing that will be displayed here. We just want to see the 3 and the full code. Yeah. So this is how you do it. You would solve that problem. So the answer they're expecting is 14. Will we get 14? Yeah, we got 14. We just got the length. We're not using the things they're saying we should use. Use the text encoder class. Let's just look what it is. I haven't done like a lot of interfaces enabled to encode JavaScript using UTF-8. Yo, HTML. Where are we encoding? Encode. Is that encode? The text encoder class and its encode method. Yeah, text encoder. Yeah, this is the class. And it has like an encode function, then which is the encode text. Okay, I see text in. Okay, then here what we would have done if we wanted to use that would have said const. It's just write UTF new. What is the text encoder? Yeah, text encoder. Yeah, text encoder, and then our text, obviously that will be the file name, and then we just say output. Okay, let me just do this as the output. Gonna return utf.encode and then pass in the file name. I'll see the results. So we'll have like, okay, this is the encoded thingy, and then is it uint 8 array 13. Okay, so it's 14 basically, so it's 4 that'll be 8 12. It's 13, bro. Okay, that's that. Alright, we encoded we encoded the file name, not the files dot get file name. This is what we want to encode. Yeah, that's what I have 14. There it is. And then I guess, can we do dot length? Because it does look like an array. Yeah, there. I think we done justice to this problem. Even without this, I'm just proving to you guys out there, the brokies, that you can still do something without even paying for these courses. But I go to class for computer science and maths, so how long is this video? This video is going to be long. It's going to be a long one. I think we finished objects. We're not done. Okay, last time, this will be fast. Dynamic keys. Okay, sometimes you won't know all of an object's property names in advance. Okay, for example, say you are building a customer management system when the employees can add custom key value pairs to customer records, favorite color, blue, can add custom key value pairs. Okay, favorite color, favorite food. Okay, we can do what the user will add ahead of time, but you still want to model the data in your program. You can define a dynamic key. Okay, you need to do type key is a string, and then the value is a number. This type says the object is any number of properties if the keys are string and the values are numbers. This type says this object can have any number of properties if the keys are strings and the values are numbers. Can't we have any number of properties? And then user matrix with this dot matrix this 60. Fix the mail preference type. The set preference function uses it to store a mapping of the key value pairs. The set preferences function uses it to store the mapping of the key value pairs. Let's see. Okay, so this will just say the object takes in what key in preferences. Okay, takes in. Wait, don't touch the below line. Okay. Function set preferences. Okay, what's per minute? I don't even know where this is coming from. Okay, this is not a function, it's an object of type this, meaning these are supposed to be string and then say matrix refresh rate. I say dot refresh rate. Now I don't know what I'm doing and I'm tired. Okay, you're gonna just see the key. This is a string, and then it expects a string. Watch me. Ooh, okay. Okay, so parameter type string number single. Okay, yeah, stupid me. Do you know what are they asking you to do? Okay, let's see the test. Okay. That was it. Then what are we passing to preferences? Passing 3 things. Okay, type string and boolean. To be honest, I don't understand what's going on. Okay, this is an object. I guess these are strings. Yeah, they are strings. Okay. And then the key value is a number. Here we said it's a number, but here we said string. Okay, type string is not able to type number. Okay. Here, mail preferences to key. Okay, it goes to value. So preferences should be string boolean. So that mode true. Okay, yeah. Okay, then like this, like expected true. The function takes in how many things? Just takes in 3 things, and then return exists. Okay, preference is an object. The function takes in an object now. I think it takes in, yeah, it takes in an object and 2 things. So it will take this, and then the expected return is true. Yeah, you don't pass it like that, man. Pass it like this. And then this belongs there. Then the return will be true. Yes. Okay, preferences is an object of string boolean, but I don't understand how is it dynamic. Because the video is getting too long, I will just try to understand this on my own. Sometimes you won't know. Okay, oh, like they say you won't know the keys. So exit key in property. Okay, is the keys that you passed here, does it exist in the preferences object? If it does, we're gonna use that key to get the value. So here it would be, does this dark mode exist in preferences? If yes, we return value, key, then value. Okay, we return the value, but yet it appears the value is false, but we return the true. Does it exist? Yes, it does. And then we go, okay, oh yeah, and then I access its value. Oh, okay, I see. So like what they were basically teaching us, that you can use, does this key exist in our object, and then if it does, you can use the key. Okay, so that will be the end of today's video. Learned a lot about objects. Where I learned a lot is basically, I knew certain maps, obviously, because I math major. Yeah, tagged unions, that's like something that I'm going to revise. Optional properties, everybody, I knew that this, this is straightforward now. Yeah, that'll be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in day 4 to